You see, if you see the biodiversity uh, scenario in India, and we are the highly richest biodiversity hotspot. One is there in Northeast region. More than 7,000 out of 18,000 flowering plants were reported. That means 7,000 plants are reported from various parts of this one according to the Ayush. Major resources based on the traditional medicine, provide raw materials for herbal and phytopharmaceutical for the industries, provide livelihood and health security for large segment of Indian population. If you see the global market medicinally valued one, increased demand is there, a huge demand abroad, release of the current good GMP. This is very important from the industry point of view and for direct supplements by FDA. Establishing the price tighter health budget of the modern medicinal system is another market driven areas where we need to focus. Okay, what are the challenges? Standardization of the herbal products is a main challenge because our stand product, whether it is in the form of a raw material or extract, will be subjected to undergo the many screenings like that because our material will have some kind of a fungus reminiscences and all. Who are the key players in Indian scenario? Himalaya, Madhuvas, Patanjali, and so on. Okay, what are the major markets? Asia, Pacific, Asia Pacific, Europe, and these things. Now, for the past 8 years, Middle East and North American countries also coming forward for importing this kind of invaluable phytopharmaceuticals. What are the advantages? Rich source of traditional knowledge prevailing in India can be used across the various industries such as healthcare and consumer goods and all. What do you say? Triple one billions by 2023 is not a small amount. That is an economics expected one, and compound annual growth rate is 7.2%. That means 7.2% is an average one. It is keep on increasing as long as the diseases are emerging like that. In 80s, we don't know only two types of diseases. One is communicable, second one is the non-communicable. But 80 onwards, emerging diseases, re-emerging diseases, orphan diseases. These are all the things. When to tackle those things and all, we need many more drugs. Those drugs, where from it will come? Only source is natural. That too, only India can give an answer for that. If you see the category one and category two, I have, as far as world exports are concerned, I have bifurcated horizontally category one, which a value of $3,239 million. China stands first with a percentage of 25.39, followed by 9.53. You see huge difference. Why this much difference and why we are lagging behind in spite of having the richest biodiversity? I will come to the part. Third one is the 5.8%, that is Germany. Forget about it. What is the category one? Plant, plant pots, seeds, fruits, and mainly they are used for the perfumery. Very moderately they use in the medical this one and all. Come to the category two, that is $2,821 million market world exports. Again, China first, 32.33%. What is the category of the two? What are all the items will be fallen? Vegetable sap and extracts and opium and so on. In that category two, we are in the third rank, 10.06. Doesn't mean we are not having any wealth and all. We have wealth. Convert that wealth into the knowledge into the commercial rupee is a main challenge. For example, if you see the growing import demand in other international markets, number one, Netherlands, followed by Australia, then Canada, of course, Germany, as well as UK. The trade scenario, if you see, again, I am making into the three categories. Category one, again, plants and plant pots. First rank goes to the exports from Indian scenario export side. First rank goes to the $90 million America, followed by $30 million Germany, and we are not at all traced out in any of the one, two, three. It is $739 million. So if you see the comparative study with our Padosi, that means next to our neighbor, this is India versus China. Where is the India? Where is the China? what are all the pitfalls and all. It is everyone's duty to look into it very seriously. If we don't have anything, no problem, what we have richest biodiversity, but there is a link of the communication, link of the manufacturing, link of the analysis that resulted India to push back either into the second or third, though it claims that it can be in the first rank. Now let me come to the China. Why the China is occupying the number one position? If you see this case study, pharmaceutical traditional Chinese medicine clusters are at the resource-rich regions. Wherever these regions are there, Chinese government established this kind of things there only. But whereas our manufacturing centers are there in the Bombay, Ahmedabad, biodiversity is there in Uttarakhand, Northeast, and sub-Himalayan regions of Manipur. This is the kind of, if you have an extraction plant and all those things, you can also becoming, may not be number one, at least slowly to the number two, followed by number one over a period of time. So Northeast India, a potential cluster. If you see here, I am mainly focusing on that. It has got 400 and state more than 495 units. Where are they? Where are the states between 60 to 300? Where are the states with the negligible units? This is the northeastern region where it is supposed to be the top number one, which is not. Practically, these are all negligible percentage of units are established here when compared to the wealth of the biodiversity available in India. Sorry, Northeast region. Over 25% of the Indian forest tree density belongs to the Northeast India. If you ask me, 20% Indian wise, Assam 26%, 29 Sikkim. Among Northeast richest one greenery is 69 Mizoram. Why I'm bombarding this statistics to all of you? We are nowhere depth of any kind of a knowledge and what you call main resource of the biodiversity. You see here 60% of the entire state of Mizoram is with the greenery and followed by all these Nagaland 64 and so 69 and 64 and 62 Manipur. So for example, quality is one of the main important and all. Otherwise, if the any kind of a fungus or any infection is there, your samples will never be accepted. If you see that, first of all, GCP, good cultivation practices. I am showing about the extreme left one. Good agricultural practices, proper identification of the medicinal plants to be cultivated, soil mechanics. So when you take the soil mechanics, you have to think about the water pouring capacity, water holding capacity, suitability of the soil versus the medicinal plant which you are. These are all the, otherwise it is a mismatching, your efforts will be wasted. National Biodiversity Board is seriously looking into the GAP, good agricultural practices, followed by GCP. What I told is the good collection practices, good cultural practices. Then go to the post-harvest processing. Up to here, it is a farm sector. Then this is a non-farm sector, quality and safety, physical appearance, order. If it gives any bad order, no one will take your product. So packing and distribution. So that is why Naipur Gawati ambition is 25 kilos of raw material. If anyone brings here 1.25 kilos of the packed material we are going to give, that can directly go to the herbal raw material and it will go to the market with the certification of this institute. This is program sponsored by Ministry of Commerce. Now the material in other way, it will come for the extraction. You can directly raw materials you send, you can go for the extraction as well. That means I am giving a some kind of a overview to you. How many types of extractions can be sent, how many types of material can be sent from India to abroad. One is as such raw material, second one is the extraction. Both can be sent to the abroad. It's a continuation. Once you have the extraction, GMP finally, good manufacturing facility, sorry, practice, followed by quality control, quality assessment. If any of the heavy metal found there, the entire lot will be rejected. Aflatoxins are there, if that is also rejected. Pesticide residue will be rejected. If they are free from all those things, it will go for the packing, distribution, and followed by formulation, where my Sutix people can join hands to make a formulation. What is the NPCC of this institute? Extraction with a through GMP process should have called QC/QA formula, and formulation and packing unit I already told you also should have this one. So if you see the GMP certified extraction unit, formulation and packing unit, NABL certified quality control and quality assurance unit, if you have this one, the making the skill into the pill very easy. So how to reach just one? These are all our focus on the main areas. Now I will tell you one case study. A plant belongs to the Laraceae family. If you see here, um, we started this extraction of this rarest of the rare medicinal plant from northeast region. We have we have taken 14 extracts from this plant, started for the anti-inflammatory cell-based assay. We have done two extracts, ethyl acetate and alcohol extract. It is a alcohol found to be a good extract, and further we have subjected this extract for the acute studies that is there in the anti-inflammatory cortisone oil induced swelling. This is mainly for the skin diseases like psoriasis model. It is showing very good activity. So this can go after undergoing some kind of a screening test. This plant can go as a phytopharma product through Ayush route. Second one is this carcinum induced edema is also one of the best one, and here also this is ethyl acetate extract is showing wonderful activity. Of course, apart from this, we too also recorded antioxidant activity. This is not showing as a basic research or a ongoing research. Whatever we are doing with these plants, they are all the rarest of the rare plants, and they will be seeing the light of the day sooner or later. I want to bring your attention towards this rare plant. It's not plant, it is a tree from Arunachal Pradesh, belongs to the Calophyllaceae. This group doesn't have much medicinal plants and all. We got this one very rarest and rarest of the rare plant. Here it is showing antibacterial activity, both gram positive and gram negative. Of course, anti-inflammatory activity and anti-malarial activity. Our intention here is falciparum. We have got almost 15 varieties of, we have one rapid malarial screening center in our organization, and Plasmodium falciparum 3D7 strain is showing very good activity, inhibition activity when this extract is given the in vitro. Now, why to concentrate the anti-malaria here is Northeast is with full of cerebral malaria, and more than 70% people are there residing in the endemic zones of malaria. Now, malaria in the sense of people will think it is only single terminology. There are several ecological point of view, several types are there. Under that one, this is a cerebral malaria. 20 to 25% people are affected, but chances for survival is also 20%. Whereas Vivax is 80% people are there infected with that, but chances for survival is 80% because of the resistant to all the available drugs. The next only alternative solution is plant product that will delay the process of resistance. I am not overclaiming. The resistance also will be developed if the single drug or single pesticide is exposed to an organism continuously. That is a resistance mechanism. But if you apply this kind of natural products, we have given that a code of NIP 18/10, and this has been sent to the three laboratories apart from my laboratory. Average results are all wonderful. Most important things, elephant apple, this is called Dillinaceae family. NP18 is again 12. I know you are all aware that doxorubicin is a cancer drug. It has got the side effect of the cardiotoxicity. You see here that elevated T wave is there. But how to reduce this kind of a side effects from the ultrasonography, what we have taken pictures, it clearly shows elevated T wave. When we have taken the extracts of this particular Dillinaceae family fruit and taken the extract and given there, this elevated T wave has come to the normal one. That means whatever the side effects are the cardiotoxicity, this particular fruit extracts is able to reduce at satisfactory level. Whatever I am showing, this is a average of multiple repetitions of a experiments. These are all confirmed. We are in the process of going for what you call patenting very soon. The same drug in the case of a brightness mode, I'm giving you. For example, here you see the pumping is very, very, what do you call, it's a heart rate, 2D image of the heart rate. And in the doxorubicin, how because of this upper layer and lower layer of this one, anterior and posterior layer, it is a very, it is reducing the flow of the blood and heart rate also. When it comes to the control, how it is same thing. It is also the treated one with the 200 milligrams per kg body weight. It is I cannot claim it is almost like a similar control, but it is definitely much better than the diseased one. So if you go like this, if you have this much reduction in the brightness, especially be more control, this itself is a induced toxicity. Also, this is one of the important factor of that particular plant. If you see the motion mode, the ejection fraction and cardiac output and fractional shortening. If you see 15 milligrams of the kg body weight, if you give anterior layer and posterior layer, how it is thicken, how it is becoming like a, there is no thin layer, it is a very thick layer here. And then flow of the blood is narrow down. Whereas in the control, it is a posterior layer is very thin and the flow is very perfect in the control. Whereas it is almost relatively better than the disease control when you apply this product with 200 milligrams per kg body weight. When you go to the cardioprotective, same thing I am showing. Earlier I showed the T wave elevated in the doxorubicin side activity. When it given the this particular extract, it has come to the normal. But I have shown in the anatomical picture how it is the space is reduced even in the treating, and you see how it is reduced, how the flow is facilitated. This is very important. Now, if you see the pulse wave Doppler model, if you see, you can see in the control how conspicuous the blood flow, dark red color. Here, similarly, in the treated one also same thing. It is a treated with the particular Delinaceae family. Whereas in the disease one, scattered spots are there. So here, if you see, blood flow can be enhanced by this particular plant product. If you see the cardioprotective effect also, ejection fraction in the control it is like this, whereas the diseased one is here. With the both the extracts, it is almost coming to the more than 60% of the what you call control this one. Stroke volume also showing the same results, cardiac output also, heart rate also. So after some time, this plant product will be definitely an agent to protect the cardiac problems and take care of the heart. So we are talking all those things so extensively, different plants and all. But it is our duty to know regulatory applications and forms for the phyto drugs. Regulatory approval for manufacturing for examination test analysis, we have to application to DCGI, you have to give CT10 and grant permission will be given by DCGI back to you in the form of CT11. Because people who are working mostly, they are not fully aware of this one. That's why all NIPERs are conducting the regulatory workshops and all. What this slide will be a holy Bible to all of us when you are working in the phytopharma mission. Of course, I don't want to explain all those things and all. These are all the various and all. I will share this presentation to Somasundaram. He can circulate whoever interested. There is no copyright protected and all. So let me come to the first of all, the intelligence. I told earlier in the talk because this workshop is main for the artificial intelligence. Here I wanted to stop for a while and tell what is artificial intelligence and all. It is a budging word. It is a huge ocean actually. Data mining is one of the small portion in it. Under data mining, there are many programs which are available in the public domain. My suggestion to the all students and young faculty, don't run after the writing the programs. You please take any of the program. All the applications of the artificial intelligence, whatever machine learning can be classified into two, either classification tool or clustering tool. I am giving one example of the clustering tool. When malaria drug administration is given in Arunachal Pradesh, what is the impact? What you have to do? Beautifully, this self-organizing map, which is called as a clustering map, is giving a Even a layman also can understand. Entire data is normalized into 0 to 1. 0 represents the dark black color, 1 represents the dark maroon color. In the y-axis, I kept villages. In the x-axis, I kept the malaria parameters. What is my inference here? Among annual blood examination rate, annual parasitic index, spleen rate, compared to all, Plasmodium falciparum percentage is very high in this particular village. It is dark red, that means 1 it is showing. What is the inference? Okay, you have given some scientific output to the Ministry of Health state government. They are supposed to go to this Pasighat of Arunachal Pradesh. Since Plasmodium falciparum rate is very high, go there and give the drug administration indiscriminately like a pulse polio. This will reduce the parasitic load in the community. Then what mosquito will come and do, whether it is Anopheles dirus or Anopheles minimus, these two are the vectors prevalent in the northeast region. If you forget about it, first of all, as long as this parasite is there in the community, vector can play a role. If there is no parasite in the community, it will create some nuisance by biting the candidates or population and giving some allergens that will cause some allergy. Other than no malaria transmission will take place. This is the beauty of one of the data mining technique of the clustering one, with which you can give the data, it will cluster it and go to this village blindly and do this one. Manually, is it possible? Absolutely no. Similar case, third village also, Mayo, also you do this one. Whereas second and third, you need not go so seriously. Go to the SOM cluster of the second one. This is second one. Among 5 villages I have clustered, only 1 village is showing PF very high. That means in the health always problem is only money and manpower for all state government in India. So you need not waste money or distribute the manpower wherever this PF is not there. Call the people who are sitting in this first village and second village, ask them to come here and distribute the drug, reduce the parasitic load. Over. This is an application of the self-organizing map, one of the tool where you can apply this kind of tool for the various huge molecules set is there. Which molecule is potential to be taken to the further? Take the all the parameters in the x-axis, put the code of the molecules in the y-axis, and it will give you a beautiful mechanism like this, and pick up that particular molecules from the millions of molecules and go to the further rather than wasting your time. This is one example because we have got many publications on this, and I want to show one as a example for you. So this will be taken it further. It is not a great. My suggestion, I am repeating again, this is SOM is freely available for 20 days. You can go for the 20 days trial version and then do your work. And then if you feel that it is a convenient to you, you can buy it. Academic version is very, very less, 1/4 of the total cost. Now Bayesian network. What is the Bayesian network? It will give one kind of a association. For example, I want to calculate the density of a parasite. Where is the place? Where is the irrigation? Where is the agriculture land? Where is the paddy culture? That means these are all called as a parameters or variables. This is called from where the arrow is coming towards, showing towards the another variable is depending on the another variable from where this arrow is generated. That means where is a arrow is showing that variable is depending on the another variable from where the arrow is originated. So this is called dependence of the one. It was not fully exploited in the pharma sector. Bayesian's network can be taken very nicely. You need not be a computer programmer for this. Bayesian's network is well established in the insurance sector and even in the stock markets, but not too much in the health. It is there, but not too much in the pharma sector. I suggest all of you to look into it, and you can send me a mail how to use it also with a complete flow chart. I can send a step-by-step program. If you clearly give input and output, I cannot define your problem. If you give that one also, I can classify. And these papers were published in the Applied Artificial Intelligence. I think you can see my paper here. It is also covered as a cover article. Okay. Now why I'm telling your papers also can be published in the better journals than this if your idea and conceptualization is so perfect. So with this 2, 3 slides of this one.